Hey everybody, welcome to our course on Christianity. I'm Jennifer Jesse. I've been teaching here at Truman for over 20 years now. And while I certainly prefer conducting our classes in person, we all need to make adjustments to the demands of our time. And so I've also discovered that there are definite advantages to conducting our courses online. So I encourage you to be looking for those as we go through our course. For right now, I would just like to say a few introductory words about what we're going to be doing here this semester. As you can see here from the syllabus schedule, this course is divided into 6 eras, each of which represents the development of a unique historical movement in the history of Western Christian thought. I don't know if you're familiar with a book by Thomas Kuhn, came out years ago. It's a classic book called The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. He argues in that book that the history of science is not a nice, smooth evolutionary development where each discovery flows logically from the last. Rather, Kuhn argues that at various points, we see a radical revolution has taken place in the most fundamental frameworks for doing science. Those suddenly change. One worldview is overthrown for another, very different worldview, in which all of the old rules, the old laws, the old theories are exchanged for completely new laws and theories as a result of some all-encompassing creative insight. Kuhn describes this as a series of paradigm shifts. A paradigm is like a worldview. Okay, it's not something that exists out there. It's something that exists in here, right? In our own heads. It's a holistic model. A paradigm is an interpretive framework that includes everything we accept and presuppose in a given worldview. It includes all of our concepts, all of our beliefs, all of our assumptions. So in one creative flash, if you will, in historic terms, our whole understanding of science changes. The new paradigm replaces the old. Right? We go back, if we start with Ptolemy's worldview, that got overturned by the Copernican worldview, which got overturned by Newton's worldview, which got completely overturned by Einstein's worldview, right? And now the quantum worldview is replacing Einstein's. We're in that shift. The point I want to make here is that the shift is holistic. It applies to everything, the entire framework, not just elements in the framework, okay? In other words, the Copernican worldview was an entirely, the world was an entirely different world than it was under Ptolemy, okay? We're not shifting around pieces in the puzzle. We're exchanging one puzzle for another, okay? And as a result, all of your questions change, not just your answers, because the new paradigm has created totally new questions that we couldn't even see. They weren't even visible in the old worldview. So theories that fit perfectly in the old paradigm aren't even remotely plausible in the new, okay? Just as an example, if I were to ask you, how far does the sun travel around the earth? What, right? What puzzle are you in? Get with the program, okay? Completely different world. All right, how is all this relevant? The history of Christian theology looks very similar. When you step back and look at the big picture, of Christian theology over time, you realize that you are not looking at a smooth evolutionary train of thought. Instead, you notice that the development of Christian thought has occurred in what we really only describe as a series of revolutions. And at each of these junctures, revolutionary thinkers were confronted with a profound change of consciousness, and they created a new imaginative and logical vision of reality, so that the ground shifts beneath us because our view of reality itself has changed. So Christian theologians responded to these changes, shifts in beliefs about God, Christ, creation, revelation, salvation, humanity. All of these beliefs have changed dramatically over time to fit the assumptions and the logic of the new paradigm. And of course, the paradigm that we now inhabit is going to be replaced by something else in the future, right? And then what we believe now is going to look totally silly, right? Our beliefs now will look quite bizarre. So we have to keep that in mind and hold our beliefs with humility. Say it that way. So the emphasis in this course will be on reading and analyzing the primary text, means the original texts in translation of those Christian revolutionaries who were responsible for these great paradigmatic shifts in Western Christian thought. We'll be reading the works that they wrote that created these shifts. Now, one of the things that means is that reading these works is not always easy. These works can present very difficult concepts, and in each case, this was the first time that concept had been presented. So they didn't have the language for the task, okay? They didn't have the language they needed to convey the experience they were trying to give us. So, I mean, they were making it up. They were making up words. They were making up doctrines, all right? We're going to be reading some of the very passages in which these revolutionaries were creating entirely new ways of thinking about the Christian faith. That's never an easy task. So, if you find yourself reading the gospel writers or Augustine or Aquinas and wondering, what is he talking about here? Just realize that the first people who read these same works were asking themselves the same question. So if you find yourself perplexed, it probably means you're getting the point. Stick with it, right? Keep going. Try to formulate the points that don't make sense to you. Write your questions in the margins of your notes. So make room in your schedule for the extra time that you might need to understand and assimilate some of the difficult concepts you will be reading. It will be slow going at times if you're doing it right. Okay, so be prepared for that. Finally, I just want to be clear about our basic approach to this course. What we're going to be doing here is the academic study of Christianity. The academic study means that we're not taking a confessional approach. We're not advocating a particular faith outlook that assumes the validity of a particular Christian belief system. The academic approach involves asking critical questions. Now, that doesn't mean that we're simply trying to find fault with something or being negative about it. The critical approach is about wondering, right? The spirit of wonderment. wondering why do we believe the things that we do. It's about examining the ideas that we've inherited by analyzing them according to everything we can find out about the contexts, the motivations, and the purposes of those beliefs. As an example of critical questions, we'll be asking questions like, who created these beliefs? Why were they created? Who benefits from these beliefs? Who gets excluded by these beliefs and why? What did those beliefs mean in their original context? How have they changed over time and why? Are these beliefs still credible? What does my reason tell me? What does my experience tell me? What do thinkers in other Christian traditions have to say about these beliefs? And why do they believe different things? So we want to find out everything we can about this religion. And I want to make one thing very clear here. No such questions are out of bounds in this course. These are the kinds of questions we're here to struggle over together, okay? And to try to talk about together as openly as we can. So that's what this course is going to be about. And I think I've said enough here to give you the flavor of the kind of course we're going to be having. So given that, I'll see you online.